Christians come in. We weren't there yet, but we were listening on the way up there. And these Christians, they just don't get it. They don't want to, especially you Edomite Christians, you don't want to accept the fate that awaits you. You know, which is captivity, because the scriptures clearly tell you when you go into Revelations 13 and 10, and I'll get that real quick, because we know that the earth is given unto the wicked, and the wicked are referred. Esau, Edom is referred to as the wicked in the scriptures. Revelations 13:10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. And the saints are the Israelites, in particular the elect, because those are the only ones that are looking and are patiently awaiting Yahweh Shem Shai. The rest of these Israelites, they want to continue on in this world. See, they're a big problem, and why another reason among many why this place has to be destroyed is because they're all for this wicked society. No matter how wicked it is, no matter how bad it is towards them, they love being here in this captivity, you know, where it goes into Baruch chapter 3 and verse 8. Let's get that right quick. Because when you understand, clearly you understand that we're not, this is a place of wickedness, so we don't want this place. We want to get out of here, man.
We
You
don't
know?
want this place, and this place don't want us.
Yeah.
Vice
Yeah.
versa, which is why we don't fit in with the cares of this world. We
Mm,
stick out like a sore thumb.
yeah. That goes into First uh Corinthians 7 and 31. Luke chapter 3 and verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse. You gotta see we're under the curses. So Esau's gonna have to drink from that same cup that we have been drinking from, and to be subject to payments. Yeah, light bill, water bill, rent,
Hmm.
house note,
Car bills,
car note, you know, car insurance, medical insurance, life insurance.
IRS.
Yeah, yeah, taxes. Um, some brothers may be under uh, child support.
Ooh,
So
that's a
yeah,
big one.
yeah, yeah. So we're all subject to those payments in one form or fashion. So this is not our. That's why the scriptures tell you, was that in Micah 2 and 10, rise, because this is not our rest.
Okay.
We'll get that too. So I'll read that again. Baruch chapter 3 and verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai our God. So yeah, this is why we're going through the things we are, and the thing about it, Jake is in that mindset of Stockholm syndrome. So they love being in that captivity, which is this shows you too far gone. Micah 2 and 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. Yeah, so it's destroying us, man. When you think about the skies, the skies are polluted. They constantly spray the skies. You think about the water, the food.
The fucking air.
Yeah.
All right, everything is polluted, and this is beyond living condition.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jake should not be. That's why Jake is so dumbed down the way they are.
Mm-hmm.
the hope for your leg, man, we seeking something greater.
Mm-hmm.
And only through the Lord mercy are we still surviving in this place.
Mm-hmm.
Because all of us really should be dead. All
Mm-hmm.
the damn pollution Esau got going on. You know, like the elder said, not the elder, but the one of the brothers said last night, shoot, when he go out to eat, he questioned if he eating human meat.
Yeah, the priest, but nah, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like, look, he said how there's not enough chickens in the world to fill up all these grocery stores and fast food restaurants at this high demand.
Mm-hmm.
So where is meat coming from?
Mm-hmm.
You got these humans coming up missing,
Yeah,
and it's not far fetched. Shoot, I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah.
The whole thing came out from McDonald's about McDonald's serving human meat,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
which is why people probably so hooked on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So everything here
Um,
is defiled, man. When you think about it, even the car you drive, the apartment you stay in, or house in, is filled with Esau's pollutants in some form or fashion. So you cannot escape the curses that have been, that's be, that's before us right now. So this we have that. The thing about it, the Holy Spirit of Yahweh Shem outside is giving us this understanding, and the rest of these people out here, we're talking about they're stupid, stuck on stupid. And even these other nations, they are too, even though this message for them, they're stuck on stupid too, because this even though this is their kingdom, they're suffering in their own kingdom. You know, we bring this out all the time. And matter of fact, on the way to come come your way yesterday to pick you up for camp, I saw that same homeless ass Edomite
oh my
in the
god,
park. So with the same shirt that I done seen him every time I see him, he's got that same shirt on. It look like it's getting dirtier and dirtier.
some with that dirty white shirt.
No, he ain't got a dirty white shirt now. He's got a Chicago White Sox. I have to Google it and look it up and show you what the.
But if it was Jake, the police would have been arrested his ass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. So you know.
And it goes to show you how Esau is losing in his own kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
This is his kingdom, and you got him. You got Esau sleeping on the freaking
Yeah.
in the park.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
to himself as well as his own people. So he's really suffering. You know, and he's suffering in his own kingdom. So what shows you that he's an unfit ruler, man. See, this is why we're looking forward to a righteous kingdom that's going to benefit us. That's what we're looking for. We're going to have a kingdom that's going to benefit us. And that's beauty. And here it is, your average Jake out here that don't have this truth and knowledge. He's sitting here worrying about the next nation. And here you are. You're right now. These other nations, they don't think nothing of you. So why are you worried about, you know,
where
loving these people?
exactly?
Why? you know?
Damn, that shit blow my mind.
Yeah. But see, that's why the scriptures tell you that my people are foolish, sottish, which means stupid. Because why are you worried about a nation that don't give a hell damn about you? You
That's
know?
killing you
Yeah,
by day.
yeah. In some form or fashion, man. Whether it's literally by the sword or whether it's by the pollutants or that dragon juice that was issued out several years back, you know? It's a lot to think about there. I'm like, damn, come on now. You're gonna wake up Because see, here's the thing about it: these other nations are waking up to Esau, waking up to him to see that he's the menace of the earth right now. See, at one time everybody loved the harlot,
Yeah.
but now nobody can't stand the harlot because people are waking up and realizing that the harlot ain't shit.
They was drunk off them wine.
Yeah,
Now they are starting to sober up,
yeah.
you know.
Let's see if I can get that right quick.
Like you go to the club, you get drunk, you see a ugly ass chick and she looking good, but the liquor making you making you think she look good. You sleep with her and then you wake up and you realize like you slept with a damn monster. Right? That's these other nations that wine, the philosophies is starting to off. They seeing who this man is, what he really is,
Yeah.
and how he caused trouble and paint the narrative,
Mm-hmm.
make it seem like he's the hero, the good guy. The whole time he's the trouble of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And these other nations, they see it.
Yeah. And you know what? It's so spiritual that you brought that out, priest, because I got Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 7. And I have another precept I want to go to as well. Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 7. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai's hand that made all the earth drunken. Nations have drunken of her wine, therefore nations are mad. You want to break that down? It's basically what the priest was saying just now.
Read it back.
The nations have woken up. They have sobered up because they were drunk with that wine that the that the harlot was giving them, right?
Con.
Yeah. And so now they're sobering up. It's just and you know that was a beautiful example of what you said right there, man. You like you're drunk, you meet this girl and she looked good to you when she was drunk, but then you wake up the next morning, you realize you're like, oh shit, and
Head shit.
yeah, yeah, you know. The priest said last night she gives you an STD, so yeah, so now they're mad, man.
They mad, they starting to wake the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you got the Lord saying, the weak shall say, I am strong.
Yeah, which goes into Joel chapter 3 and 9.
Con, because now these nations, they got their own military. They got missiles too.
Mm,
Just as powerful, if not stronger.
mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, and see the thing about it, Babylon has weakened because Iran has bombed a lot of those stations that they have, those military stations that the U.S. in other countries. That's something to think about right there. Um, let's start here in Micah chapter 2, and I'll start here in verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Yeah. See, that goes back to Job chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given unto the wicked. So right now, because they're the wicked, well, not because they're the wicked, but they have the Lord has set it up for them to be over the earth. The power is in their hand to create the narrative, as the priest was bringing out earlier, the narrative to say certain, to create narratives and say certain things, the way they want to, because they have the power. They have the power of the media. That's why they'll tell you, hey, peace negotiations are going well, and then you'll have you'll have another news station somewhere else that's not really up under Esau's rulership, up under Esau, who says, no, they're not doing that. This is not even happening. It's the opposite of what, you know, Babylon is telling you. So that goes back into the wicked being born and speaking lies. What was that Psalms 58 and 2, 3, you know? So yeah, man, that's the problem. They practice it because it's the power's in their hand, and power, yeah, power of their hand. So yeah, right now they can create the narrative. They can change certain things, and they can make you, seem like the good guy if they want to, or they can make you look like the villain because the power's in their hand to be able to do those things. Verse 2, they covered fields. You see what's going on with the Straits of Hormuz. They're wanting to go over there and get the resources over there from Iran, and Iran ain't letting them do it, you know. And then they got that mindset to tell the other countries, we're not going to help you. You go over there and get it. So it's like, damn, okay. How can basically they want you to just steal something that belongs to another country, but see, you're used to that because that's what they have done. When you look at what happened here, what happened with the United States, or you know North America, what happened? The same thing. They came over here to Gad and Reuben's land and ran them off their land, and then turn around and put them on land that they didn't really want. They call it,
Contract land,
yeah,
reservations.
yeah, and which they call them relations. The land we didn't want. But see, Gad, they had good land. They were able to grow food and be productive up until these people came over. But that was because of sin, because they was over here worshiping false idols as well. So the Lord,
Beefing over the land and shit, killing each other, broken up into different tribes.
yeah, well,
They was game banging on the freaking land, killing each other dirty.
yeah, yeah, that's why you have all the different uh, Indians. You have, well, you got Cherokee, you got Crow, Apache. Um, what else do you have right there? Um,
Blackfoot.
Seminole,
Yeah.
Blackfoot. You got all these different, which all of them are either descendants from Reuben or descendants from Gad. So basically that goes into Deuteronomy chapter 28, where the brother will have an evil eye. Man will have an evil eye towards his own brother, and that's basically what's going on here with with the tribes, and the North American tribes, of in particular Gad and Reuben. But let's go to verse 2. And they covered fields and take them by the violence, and houses. And that's what happened with Esau. That's what Esau did with the northern tribe, and houses, and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Yeah. So that's what happened. You know, we were oppressed. They've taken our houses and certain things of that nature. There's land. I mean, case in example, if you don't pay your taxes on a house, even though you paid off the house, they can take it away.
That shit's stupid.
Yeah, you know, took away the heritage. What did they tell you? They took away the names of the Heavenly Father and the Son, and they replaced them with Jesus.
Get the precept, the enemy coming nigh, but to steal, kill, and destroy. I think it's in John. And that's the spirit of Esau. Steal, kill, and destroy.
Mhm.
And that's the way he was created, man. That's what he been doing to you trots for all these years. And will continue to. uh put the spirit on him to fall, man.
The enemy, what now, bro? Uh,
The enemy coming not but to steal, kill, and destroy. All right. And the more Esau shows y'all that he doesn't he doesn't care about you Israelites, the more dumbed down you get. You got it?
yeah, kind
The more dumbed down y'all get, and it's only gonna come back to bite you, especially with you women. All
of.
right.
Yeah, a case an example of that. Um, that Eve that got unalive,
Mm-hmm.
and she was with this
She got lynched.
like,
What the fuck? She got lynched.
okay,
Fucking hung.
wow, yeah, yeah. So, and he wasn't even charged for it. So that shows you that you're not in your kingdom. That's why the scriptures tell you, arise, for this is not your rest. It shall destroy you. And so literally that's what's going on with you Israelites who have no understanding. And I mean, it's not saying that we not going through what we're going through, because we're going through stuff. Brothers have ailments, uh, um, different situations, you know, but we have the understanding of this truth, and still getting this understanding of this truth, still growing. So it gives us that comfort that's talked about in John chapter 16 and 33. So let's go to John chapter 10, verse 10, that the priest was for. The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. And I'm come that might have life, and that might it more abundantly.
So the thief is Esau. All he
Mhm,
been doing throughout history is
mhm,
stealing, killing, destroying, rape, rob, murder.
mhm,
But yeah, we got hope in Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is gonna bring forth that life
mhm,
to the children of Israel,
mhm,
ultimately to the world. Okay, everlasting life
mhm,
and rulership, dominion. Okay,
mhm,
in righteousness. So Yahweh Shai is our hope. You relying on Esau, you're gonna get more death. Okay, all right, and that's what the 2/3 of our people are relying on. They're relying on Esau. They want this concrete kingdom to rule
yeah,
continuously forever.
yeah, yeah. They love this concrete jungle, man.
New York and shit.
Yeah. John chapter 16, verse 33. These things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye have peace. Yeah, this word gives us that peace, this understanding, this comfort. Why we're going through this? Why? See, a lot of jakes out there going through it, catching hell, and they're saying, damn, why me? Why am I going through all this? But we understand. Not saying that we don't get frustrated, but then we lean back on the understanding that we've been getting, and then we like, okay, yeah, I deserve that. Yeah, the Lord's punishing me. I understand. I know the Lord set me up for greater things. You know, which go into I think it's First Corinthians 4:17, um, Romans 8:18, I believe. Yeah. So these things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation. Yeah, we're having tribulation right now. But be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. Yeah, so we be of good cheer, because we're taking that cup that Yahweh Shai is taking, you know. And as the priest was bringing out earlier, we're not going through half of what Yahweh Shai went through. You know, He went through so much more. But we're having, we're still contribute, still catching hell. But we have this truth and knowledge. That's what separate us from the rest of these jakes, man. You know, this is that word, the understanding, that's real, true understanding is what gives us, keeps us right, keeps
And this is our salvation.
mm-hmm. Hope for mercy. That's the priest was bringing out earlier. Yeah, that hope for mercy is what keeps us, what sustains us. You know.
All right. All right. And this truth and knowledge that we have, that's not only gonna lead to our salvation, but shoot, when the whole world shuts down and all this chaos start happening, when you start going through the time of Second Ezra 13 chapter, the sedition among men, the martial law, chaotic, Jacob's trouble, people dying, invading one another, when all that start happening, we're gonna have this truth in our mind, right? And the Lord is gonna be protecting brothers, all right, and that's gonna be our time to shine. As right now we get belittled, looked down upon, and laughed and mocked, all those days are coming to an end.
Yeah.
Okay, Lord said, "I shall laugh at thy calamity." And He's gonna do that through way of His prophets. All right, so that's gonna be our time to shine. That's when Isaiah 1 is gonna come. We gonna be laughing at them. Those that laughed at us,
Mm-hmm.
we gonna laugh at them when they troubles come and fall on their head.
This is the book of Second Corinthians, chapter 4 and verse 7. For our light affliction,
Mm-hmm.
which is but for a moment, worketh for a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory.
So anything we're going through now is light compared to what we are at, which is forever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, imagine waking up and you done lived 1 billion years. All right, and you still got more. You got everlasting life. You live you lived 1 billion years down in the kingdom, and shoot, still young, still got the law, statutes, commandments in your inward parts, right? Like, bro, you got everything. You ain't this is gonna be like waking up from a very bad nightmare.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what Elder
Very
Apostle,
fit.
uh, Elder Apostle Tahar was saying a while back. Romans chapter 8 and verse 18. For I reckon that the suffering of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. Yeah, so even though we're suffering in the present time, this is nothing compared to the kind of glory that Yahweh Shemi outside is going to bestow upon us. And you can sit back and do a reflection and still come up short on thinking, on the glory that we're going to receive, man, because you got to remember, what does the scripture tell you in Isaiah 55? For my thoughts are higher than your thoughts. My ways are higher than your ways. So as great of an imagination as brothers have, is going to be far greater than that imagination that that we have. What y'all Shimmy outside is going to grant us, man. So eh, that's that's mind boggling,
Mm-hmm. and we hope for a better. Now we can't wait till this devil come out of power. That would be a so blessing.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing Esau fall out of rulership.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's something to really look forward to. Um, let's go just to back you up with that. Let's go to Job chapter 18 and verse 5 and 6. Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him.
Mm.
Yeah. So right now, we see that light is already kind of flickering. It's like you know, when you blow a candle or what have you, and if you're not blowing hard enough, that fire is just kind of flickering. Well, right now, we see uh, Esau's light being is kind of flickering right now. But sooner or later, eventually, the Lord is going to completely just blow it out. And when He blows it out, it's all over for him. So that's something to really look forward to, man, because this devil has been a big thorn in our side for a very, very long time, man.
Mm-hmm. A thorn in our flesh. We
Mm-hmm.
can't. We ain't been able to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Only the Lord got the tool to get it out.
Oh yeah.
The Lord is the tool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, more reasons why we gotta cling until you have a shy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's where faith comes in at, and just like Elder Apostle Gabar was bringing out, he always brings this out. Faith is a substance if either you have it or you don't, so right now, just in the spirit, we see Yahweh Shem Shai working with us, having the understanding of this knowledge. That's a blessing within itself. That's a superpower, you know. Um, so that spiritual power within itself, having the understanding of these scriptures, because um, the 2/3 of Israel, they don't have it. They don't know the names, or they choose not to call upon the names, But we have testimony that Yahweh Shem Shai's brothers right now that can give testimonies to prove that Yahweh Shem Shai with us, man. I have testimonies. This brother right here, this priest right here, he has testimonies. So we know that Yahweh Shem Shai working with us. So how much more when that time of the collapse happens, how much more would then, you know? But it's a matter of us enduring to the end
Mm-hmm. He that
because
endures
it's
to it,
focus. Yeah,
same shall be saved.
yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. I mean, it's walkers of endurance, man. Um, Let me go to. I'm gonna get that one out too, bro. But something else came to mind.
Mm-mm. Cool. Y'all legend shit crazy. Who is this? Mhm. And I think about it, even when last night you had them, I believe they were Edomites,
Mm-hmm.
Edomite Christians come up. the priest said, uh, they're approaching us more and more ever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what at first they try to make it seem like it's truth. We was crazy and all that, but now they start to approach us for what?
Yeah.
We a bunch of bug outs
And see,
and whatever the hell they was calling us all these years.
yeah,
But they see that this truth is gone now, and people are starting to listen because it's basically getting people to open their ears. Because Christian church, they ain't been doing shit all these decades, but singing and hooping and hollering.
yeah, and they have misled the people, in particular, the nation of Israel. See, so you know, once as one Jake said, once we were brought to this country, we lost our freedom, our culture, and our God.
Mm.
You know, and that's exactly what happened, man. And he also said, and many of us, by the way we act, we even lost our minds, and that's what's done happened, man. Jake has really lost his mind. You did you case an example? I don't know if you saw it because I was standing on that side over there closer. He had that Jake go out there just talking to himself. Just like wow, you just out there, you
Deep.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So this place has got to go, man, because it has really warped the mindset of Jake. You know, and one of the worst part of our captivity is not having our women. You know, our women are out of order right now. You know, as spoken of in Michael chapter 7 verse 9. She that is my enemy. So the Lord has even weaponized our own woman to be against us. So
Hmm.
you know, man, it's not gonna be nothing nice when Isaiah 4:1 kick in. You know, so um, a lot of women out here are gonna be unalived. Just and you can just see it in the spirit because I remember the elder Malcolm when I first started learning. He was one of the brothers I used to listen to, and he used to say this all the time that the majority of the 2/3 consist of women. So it's gonna be a lot of like women that are gonna be unalive and destroyed because of wickedness. You know, and that some of them will be saved. But a great majority of them they're gonna be destroyed, man. So you know, we can just see it in the spirit, man. The more and more the Lord has blessed us, the more and more He's given us that understanding to make those judgments. First Corinthians chapter 9 and verse 24. Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize. So run that ye may attain.
Mm. Okay. This is like a marathon race.
Mhm.
Not see who finished first, but endurance. We gotta endure through all the hell that we go through just to make it to the end.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah, because like the priest been bringing out, the Lord is looking for a fighter.
Mm.
He's a man of war. So he's not for a man that's gonna lay it down. He wants someone that's gonna put up a fight, that's willing to fight. You know, that's just like if you have a woman and she says she love you, she's down for you. She's gonna do all she can to make it right and do the things that's gonna be pleasing unto you. You know, um, She's not going to be an adversary or thorn in the side to you. She's going to do all she can to support you. If someone says something that's negative about you, she's going to defend you. You know, it's what we say, defenders of the gospel. We were supposed to defend Yahweh Shem outside when someone says something that goes off. You know, this is why brothers do rebuke videos. When you have certain Jakes or certain Edomite Christians that say certain things that go contrary to the scriptures, then you're gonna have brothers that's gonna rebuke it in a video, you know. So, as defenders of the gospel, and Yahweh Shemi outside likens us unto a woman. So, being that we're likened unto a woman, you want to do what's pleasing unto uh uh your husband. So, you remember, the wife is a servant, and likewise we are servants to Yahweh Shem outside. The scriptures tell you in Amos chapter 3 verse 7 that he reveals his secrets unto his servants the prophets. So we've been given these secrets. We've been given these certain talents that brothers may have. You have brothers that are real versed in the Hebrew, real versed in the Greek, brothers that are versed in the scriptures, the breaking down of scriptures, brothers that are real good at coming up with the precepts and things of that nature, So um all the brothers have certain talents that are to be utilized. And then you have brothers that are real good speakers, um, brothers that may not, be speakers, but they aid the prophets in some form or fashion. They support the truth, in some form or fashion. They're doing something that is pleasing unto Yahweh Shemi outside, and they shall be greatly rewarded for it. This priest always brings out what is that scripture you like to bring out about the cold cup of water?
Huh?
You always bring that precept about bringing a prophet a cold cup of water.
Oh, bringing a prophet a bottle of water,
Yeah. So
receive a prophet award.
there you go. So that's a lot of times when people think, oh, the prophets, yeah, but you got those who are supportive of the prophets. The Lord sees that. Lord sees certain things. See, you got to understand what the scriptures. He will have mercy on who he chooses to have mercy upon. So it's not just for the prophets, for the others out there, supporters of the prophets. You have brothers that may stay with their family members, and they're not opposing the brother because he's, you know, taking this walk. He's on this walk. They do certain things. They don't do anything to hinder from doing the Lord. See that. Lord just may have mercy upon their soul just by this brother's actions. So something to really think about, man.
But with that, you got more.
Go ahead, man.
You got more precepts.
Yeah.
All right. With that, we're gonna close out, giving our praises, honor, and glory to
Yeah,
Yahweh,
Howard by
Bashem,
Shem,
Yahushai,
Yahushai by
Bashem,
Shem,
Kakadash,
Rakakadash.
the barners to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. We gotta say shalom.
Shalom.